is melted like wax. Please be seated. Sorry, I didn't mean to start this service this way, but when I heard the news yesterday, all I could think of were those words from Psalm 22. I didn't want to wear this green stole. You know, we dress in green during ordinary time. And I don't want this time to feel ordinary. The last, 3 weeks, we've been reading out of Mark in this last chapter 10, the last bit of chapter 10. And there have been 3 stories, including our story today, about blindness. And 2 weeks ago, it was the rich young man who came to Jesus and said, "Teacher, what do I need to do to follow you?" And he said, "Go to church, honor your father and mother, pay your tithes." And the young man said, "I do all that, I'm good." Jesus said, "Then sell all you have and give the money to the poor and follow me." And he went, "Ah." And he had to walk away dismayed, the scripture tells us. He was blind. He was spiritually blind. He was blinded by his possessions, by his status in the world. Last week, good old Scott tried to put a good spin on the brothers James and John and not hold them accountable for what they were really doing. What they were doing last week was asking Jesus for a place of honor at Jesus' right hand and his left hand. Well, that was blind too. They were blinded by their status as insiders with Jesus. We're with him. Now this week, we've got old Bartimaeus. And as usual, this reading, it's only 6 verses. But it reminded me, for those of us that remember, of going to the circus. Remember we go to the circus and there was one part where a little car would come out and drive crazy all over the circus and then crash. And out would come a clown. And then out would come another clown. And out would come another clown. And all these clowns would come out and say, "Where did all these clowns come from?" That's what these 6 verses remind me of. Remember, Mark can pack a lot into a little few words. So when we look at this passage, Jesus and his followers and the large crowd are leaving Jericho. Jericho, heard that name before? Remember what happened to Jericho? The walls came tumbling down. Right? Jericho was the first city that the Israelites moved into when they were moving into the Promised Land. It was the first city to fall, literally, to the Israelites. So it's an iconic, old city. Then next, the crowd, and they're leaving Jericho. They're on their way to Jerusalem. This will be the end. All that will happen in Jerusalem will be the end of Jesus' earthly ministry. And they come across a blind beggar named Bartimaeus. Now, what's weird about that? Excuse me, a blind beggar with a name? Beggars aren't named. There's no other blind beggar in Scripture that has a name. Bartimaeus. Now that has some interesting stuff about it too. Bartimaeus, it says it's son of Timaeus. Well, Bar, that prefix before in the front of his name, that's an Aramaic thing. It means son of, like Barabbas. Give us Barabbas? Well, that was the son of Abbas. And Timaeus is a Greek name. So you've got a name, you've got a person that mixes both Aramaic and Greek. This is read as inclusion. Now Bartimaeus, he says, "Son of David, have mercy on me." What does the crowd say? "Oh, be quiet. We're busy here. We're with him." He says it again even louder. "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus says, "Call him here." Well, how does the crowd react? Suddenly the crowd is, "Oh, take heart. Come on. He's calling you. Come with us." They're suddenly, old Bartimaeus, he's got some cachet now because Jesus has called him. But Jesus didn't call him. Jesus told the crowd to call him. So what does that say? We're supposed to bring those on the outside in. Those on the margins. Jesus looks to us and says, you get them. This is your job. You're my hands and feet. You bring them in. So Bartimaeus says, son of David. That's a Jewish term for Messiah. Bartimaeus knew who he was talking to. He said, teacher, let me see again. Bartimaeus had spiritual insight. Bartimaeus wanted to see. He said, let's go. I'll follow you immediately. I'll go to Jerusalem. I'll leave Jericho. And he threw off his cloak, which was likely his only possession. There he was, standing literally naked before God, and said, have mercy on me. I'll follow you. What does it take for us to throw off our clothes? Why don't we do that? You know, we need spiritual insight. We need to know that Jericho, our known world, is comfortable. It's okay. It may not be the best, but it's a paycheck every week. What would it take for us to say, I'll go to Jerusalem and all that that entails? Whatever, come what may. It takes this spiritual insight. There's a way to read Scripture. It's really a way to pray. When you take a small passage of Scripture like this one, it's only 6 verses. And when you read it, insert yourself into one of the players in the reading. So for instance, if I'm in the crowd, I'm one of the crowd. I do this all the time. Don't talk to me now, I'm busy. I'm doing something very important. I'm with him. Or if we insert ourselves in the position of Bartimaeus and we throw off our cloak, can you imagine the freedom? The feeling of total freedom, unencumbredness, joy, to say, that's it, I'm done. I'm good. Have mercy on me. I'm going to follow you to Jerusalem. Try to imagine that feeling. Bishop Sean Rowe, the Bishop of Pittsburgh, wrote quite a bit yesterday. Peter posted some of it on our Facebook page. The end of what he wrote says, in circumstances such as these, the church has a mission to sow seeds of peace and to advocate for justice in prayerful humility. Let us be about it. So how do we go about it? We can go about it by working on our spiritual insight. If we look through spiritual eyes, if we look through the heart of Jesus, we can change our paranoia about our status and about our place in the world and about what's going to happen. We can change paranoia into metanoia. Remember, metanoia is the Greek word for repent. It means to turn, literally turn around your whole mind and heart and action. We can change from paranoia to metanoia. We can change from building walls to knocking down walls, to Jesus' message of inclusion. If ever there was a time for bold statements and for standing up for the gospel, this is it. Jerusalem's right around the corner. So there was a Jesuit mystic and priest, poet. He died recently, but I wanted to read you this poem. So close your eyes. In our deepest selves, if we can enter there, we may discover a peace and a goodness, a forgiveness, a gentleness, and a hope. Christ. In our deepest selves, we may discover a desire, a most inner desire, that what we want is to do God's will, and that this desire is all we can really know or be sure of about ourselves. Yet it is enough. It is a grace. Amen.